Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mancillon. I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to come and say hello briefly. For there's a news today, I received the news from, I don't know if it's going to confirm that all European nations are dropping the euro money, the currency, and they're all returning to national currency. So we'll see what happens. For that is really what is presented in the outstage is just a surface. Most of all that is really important is always happening behind the scene, outside of the media influence, outside of the linear mind. There is so much that is going on and to transform this world into a paradise that it needs to be. For we need apolitical actors and people that are above and beyond the sense of politics, that are not necessarily true, that are not necessarily part of the process of the unfolding process that is now in terms on the public stage, but can do their work hidden, that can do the work behind the scene. For the if spirit choose you, I mean you chose yourself for a certain mission, you have to trust that spirit is wise enough to know that you will be able to fulfill your mission. It's not about being worthy or not, or thinking that we are worthy or not. If spirit is, or God decides, choose us, call on for us a mission, that means we will be ready, we will be perfect for that mission, and we have to fulfill our mission, to listen to the call, and for that we need to stay free and to stay in alignment, to always get the information, to be attuned to the feeling, the sense of, to our feeling states, and to drop all the opposition, all the fight on the inside, and not to fight ourselves, to remove the obstacle within ourselves. For it's like the moment and the actions are not about personal choice, they're about divine timing. Our choice are about preparation for being ready for the divine timing. And for that, we're learning to remain still and silent, and it's good to stay humble, for it has to be beyond ego, this mission about that is going on the planet. Of course, we're still individual. It doesn't mean we do not have an individualistic, but we don't. We are submissive to the flow of wisdom that may be revealed at any time, and so. Also understanding it's a natural selection, what will be going on, not a Darwining process of the survival of the fittest, but a soul level. Many souls have done many things wrong. They can always return to the light. It's always possibility to accept. We have to accept that we've done ourselves certain things that were not most appropriate, but then we can always realign, forgive ourselves, and it's a natural soul selection, and it's an agreement we made with God, and so we were sent here, and then depending on the choices we were able to make down here, we were selected for different role and mission during this renaissance, this golden age that will be coming. And for that we'll be learning the law, the eternal laws. So there is things that are absolute. Well, everything is relative in this world, but there is absolute. An absolute is something that has no beginning, has no end, and does not change. There are many co-absolutes on the higher level, 7 co-absolutes, but there is only one on the absolute level. There is only one absolute, which is God, which is true infinity. But within the local universe, everything is changing and evolving. So it's part of the law. The first law, those laws are absolute. They do not change. Once we understand that, we're going to be able to move our consciousness and our science as well. So this law of eternal change, everything is in eternal transformation, except the law, except the divine laws that remain in place regardless of what. And the eternal source also, that all the stability. Another law that is the law of inclusion. We can never be excluded from life. If we're created, we'll never be able to live outside of God's life. It's like that's the only thing there is. So we'll always be included, not like they're teaching us that life is outside of us and we need to fight for what we need. That's the old way. So once we understand the principle of inclusion, we know everything is an extension of ourselves. We are able to move the energy in a way that's more gracious. So this law of inclusion, there is the law of existence also, that is part of that principle, is that because we are included and we exist, we are, if we exist, it means that we've always existed and will always exist. It's not like a matter of choice. It is like this. If we're created, we are created beings. We'll always be able to learn, grow, and evolve through the process of time and space and evolution, even beyond. Another principle is one is all and all is one. There can never be anything else than you. Or when all the ones are becoming becoming one, the great, the supreme being will be the supreme being. Until then, there is still parts that are still looking for that, and that are still playing the games of duality or whatever. But once we become one, we add that part of we are one more part to the supreme consciousness. And then when all the ones will become ones, the one will become the one. You will see through all the eyes as the one, as the master taught, the master of wisdom explained. So those are certain principles. There is and the law of cause and effect. We live in a magnetic universe. We need to produce an energy to get something back. Whatever we sow, we harvest. It's like sooner or later, everything we create will have to. It's part of the law. And of course, there is the law of unconditional, of law of grace. That is means unconditional love transcends karma. If you can forgive anything, you are free from the karma of that. So those are just basic principles. I thought I'd bring them back to, as a reminder. Did I pull some cards? No. Or maybe I'll pull some cards. The observer of the day is this TikTok. It's connecting to timeless moment of now, the points of eternity. For the greatest part of ourselves remains in eternal consciousness. Just a little part of ourselves that descended here. The highest wisdom is going far. We're getting ready for a marathon. So stay warm, stay ready. Prepare yourself. It's going to be fun. What we need to understand is the never-ending story. Don't take any of the drama seriously. Just be light, enjoy yourself. Be flexible to find a way to enjoy yourself through the process as much as possible, and do not give power to any forms of drama. Here it is co-creation. Actually, it's the same jaguar or guépard, cheetah. So it's co-creation. Everything we think, everything we do, everything we share, we are co-creating a reality. So remove all the negative process. There is unconscious process of old wounds that are coming back. We need to put another coat of it to just tell how miserable we were and how those people are bad or whatever. If you can avoid speaking about that, and whenever it's okay to think it, but then try to transmute it and be aware that it's not really a good idea to it's better to put positive thoughts into the co-creative process, and slowly but surely the divine timing will come, and the outcome will be the orphan. It means we have to find our own sovereignty, we have to find our own truth, but then eventually we're going to be able to open our wings and fly. And for that we don't need to force anything. We don't want to force anything. It's the divine feminine, it's the Tao, it's the ability to be nurturing, to be in the state of to allow ourselves to feel those things coming to us in a most gracious way, rather than trying to push things or force things. Although sometimes we want to push, it's okay, and we have to find the balance in the energy. And whatever we do, if we're connected to the mirror of life, it will always inform us of how right our action were, always. Well, I hope this was interesting for you. I thought I'd come and wish you a good day. I'm going to finish with a song. I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and for your donations as well. Really appreciate. It's an old song of the Beatles. It's called Sgt. Pepper. It was on the other side of the French song I sing today, so I'll try this one. It was 20 years ago today. Sgt. Pepper told the band to play. They've been going in and out of style, but they guarantee to raise a smile. So may I introduce to you the active known and loved all these years of Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band. We're Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band. We hope you will enjoy the show. We're Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band. Sit back and let the evening go. Oh, 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 oh. Sgt. Pepper Lonely, Sgt. Pepper Lonely, Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band. It's wonderful to be here, it's certainly a thrill. You're such a lovely audience, we'd like to take you home with us, we'd like to take you home. I don't really want to stop the show, but I thought you might like to know that the singer's gonna sing a song, and he wants you all to sing along. So may I introduce to you the one and only Billy Cheers and Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band. Alors, to sort of sing this song. Well, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to. We're getting ready. I feel like I'm already living in some future paradise. It's very, very, very soon. I feel like it's going to manifest. I will invite you to join me in this reality. For we all have to create our alignment with the highest ideal that we came here to, that we are able to conceive, and to drop a lot of the mental process and receive and receive and receive, and then we work in our mind with what we receive, but we enrich it. We work with spirit, with this human aspect, and we have this divine aspect, and they need to blend in. It's not about rejecting our human aspect. It's just as important to the process of evolution and creation. That is why we participated in this great game of creation in duality. We're learning by contrast and opposition and the acceptation of the dark and the light and the balance. But God's always been in charge in truth, and the time will come very soon, so we're going to see the result of all that work that we've been doing. Thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.